Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And I wouldn't even say it's breaking news because we kind of already knew it, but more sort of confirmation and a response to rumors about Lukhanyo and Andre Pollard that we are now hearing coming out of the Springbok camp. And a very interesting update and a very fair update, I think, coming from Jacques Ninaal, but sort of just quell a lot of the rumors and the speculation regarding some of the squad announcement issues. Before we sort of dive into exactly what I'm talking about with regards to Andre Pollard and Lukhanyo potentially still taking part in the Rugby World Cup, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, so obviously there's been a lot of speculation this week after Andre Pollard, Lukhanyo and Luat Diago all left out of the Rugby World Cup. The former two left out due to injuries, and Luat Diago with a medical condition which he's going to have to consult a specialist about. However, there was a lot of eyebrows raised given the fact that Lukhanyo and Andre Pollard were first of all on the reserve list for the World Cup, but would also be travelling to England, especially Pollard, for example, who hasn't played at all this season. Will be travelling to Wales and England with the squad, and will be training with the squad during the next couple of weeks ahead of the World Cup. And then in theory, he will depart the squad when they actually go to the World Cup. That is the theory anyway. And he's part of the World Cup reserve list. And as a result, it means that he could still take part in the World Cup if an injury arose and he could replace someone. So that sort of led to all this sort of speculation and this idea that that the idea was that always that he will play in the World Cup and the Lukhanyo will play in the World Cup, but that they're not going to be named and they're just going to replace somebody as they go and stuff like that, which starts getting quite sort of conspiracy theorist because people are saying, well, this is why I've taken 4 scrum halves, because then that could open up a space, to bring in a Pollard and later in the tournament, and all of a sudden, we could have this whole plan where all of a sudden Pollard's going to come in and please we're expecting and stuff like that. For me, it was always kind of a little bit far fetched. At the end of the day, the World Cup arrived too soon, and it's not the only player. I think it's Ken Owens is in a sort of similar position. A couple of big name players who are on World Cup standby. But will sort of rule out of the World Cup and will not be part of the actual squad. And things can happen. You can never guarantee that this won't happen. But they were starting to have suggestions and rumors and articles popping up. But that is the actual plan. The plan is that they still will play part in the World Cup. But Jacques Ninaal has blatantly denied that and said there is no plan for that whatsoever. He said, and I quote, this was speaking to Sport 24. There were a lot of rumors flying around about the squad, about this plot. We're going to take 4 scrum halves and we're going to put Andre in. But if you have a heart, how do you pick a guy and then turn to fake an injury and get the other guy in? We would never do that. If there are no injuries, the whole 33 will go and come back. Andre is not injured now, and he trained with us for 2 sessions, but he's still on his way back from a fitness perspective. He's at about 20 to 25% of the loads, having done an attacking and defense session. It's like having to prepare for the comrades in 3 weeks, but only ran 10 kilometers in a week. You might walk and make it, but there will be luck involved. So that is, to be fair, for the first time, quite a good update about the town situation, and I really like the comparison as well with regards to sort of literally explaining what the situation is. That he is not fit, he is not available, he could not play in 2 weeks, for example. And as a result, they made the decision not to name him in the squad. So that is the current situation. He's currently not fit. There was also apparently he was only kicking, for example, properly for the first time this week. And sort of Jacques Ninaal saying, he's 20-25%. You don't even want to play players when they're 80 to 85%, especially in a World Cup situation. So there's still a lot for him to get through before if he were to play a part in the World Cup. But I like the fact that they come out and they sort of silence those rumors because there has been a lot going on, and I think it's quite disrespectful to the players who have been picked. The suggestion that one of the 4 scrum halves are kind of there just as a placeholder, and that they'll drop out and all of a sudden Pollard will be back in, or Lukhanyo could go back in. I'm glad that they have come out and sort of put a stop to the rumors and sort of denied it quite blatantly, because yes, whilst things might happen and they might be part of the squad, right now it's not part of the squad, part of the plan, and I think it's disrespectful to imply that first of all it is, and to imply that there are players going that are not actually going and are actually not being picked or being thought of as good enough to go, but are simply placeholders for a sort of master plan, suddenly parachute a player in the mid tournament and get your player back that you wanted originally. At the end of the day, if there was a genuine chance of him making it, they would have named him in the squad. If there's a probable chance of him making it, If he was looking on track, like Siya Kolisi, for example, and they were like, cool, well, he's going to be able to play in 2 weeks' time. He's basically in full training. They would have named him. They would have said, right, he's in the squad. And they might not have played him against Scotland, for example, but they can then go and say, right, play against Romania and see how he goes. And if he goes and against Romania and he goes really well, you can continue to play him. But if he doesn't, or if he gets re-injured, then you drop him out the squad and bring somebody else. But at the end of the day, they felt he was not fit enough, or going to be fit enough to be eligible for selection, and as a result, has been left out. And that's what we got to. That's what we've got to accept, really. And I know there's a lot of people that want to see him there, but the reality is, from a fitness perspective, he's not ready. He's not available, and that's why he's been left out. So that is the kind of situation. I mean, again, we don't know what's going to happen. There could be an injury happening in 2 weeks' time, 1 week's time. Touch wood, God forbid. And all of a sudden, situations could change, but situations would have to change. Right now, this is the current situation. We've got to accept the current situation, understand that is the situation, and things will not change unless the situation changes. Just said situation a lot, but you get the idea. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. But let me know what you think. As I said, do you think that this sort of chat and this idea about him being parachuted in is disrespectful? Do you think that is the current plan and the Springbok management just denying it? What do you think of the whole situation? Let me know down in the comments below. Smash the like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon.